A great many football players divide opinion, but none more so at the moment than Manchester United's Paul Pogba. The midfielder has been in the press constantly over the past 12 months owing to his difficult relationship with Jose Mourinho, his erratic performances and his heroics at the World Cup in Russia. Love him or hate him, it's hard to deny that Paul Pogba is one of the world's biggest football stars and he divides opinion. When he's good, he's very, very good. Take this summer for example. Pogba starred in midfield as France swept to victory for the first time at a World Cup since 1998. His vision, dribbling and athleticism perfectly complementing the physicality and determination of midfield partner N'Golo Kante as France romped to victory in Russia. The problem is, he's rarely showed the same kind of form at club level. Since arriving at Old Trafford in August 2016 for a club record fee of £90 million, Pogba has only shown his genius in flashes, such as his match-winning second-half display against Manchester City last season. But he's too often drifted through games, wandering around like a man searching for his Tinder date. There is a strong suspicion amongst fans and the media that Pogba is too interested in his own image, too obsessed with his own Instagram account to focus on his football. Take Graham Souness's comments for example. The Scottish pundit called Pogba a YouTuber recently and also said that he wasn't taking the game seriously in Manchester United's recent win over Young Boys in the Champions League. We'll obviously ignore the fact that Souness spent most of his career playing for Liverpool and that Pogba actually scored 2 goals against Young Boys in that Champions League match because, you know, never let facts get in the way of a roasting. Souness also said that Pogba should be playing a bit more like Fellaini, so I'm sort of regretting bringing him up in the first place. But it does go to show you there are many experts out there, well-regarded, highly paid experts who believe Paul Pogba is not focused or passionate enough about playing for Manchester United. People believe he's too busy updating his social media accounts and too busy getting new haircuts. But forget all of that for now because one of the biggest issues facing Paul Pogba at the moment is his relationship with Jose Mourinho. Now let's face it, it's never exactly been a love-in between the two. Over the past 12 months, Pogba was repeatedly dropped for a 20-year-old academy product, publicly called out for his lack of tactical discipline, and just this week things came to a head when Jose Mourinho stripped him publicly of the Manchester United vice-captaincy. Now, if any United fans were hoping this might land Jose Mourinho in hot water with the club, Pogba is one of their prize assets after all. They'll be disappointed to see that the club immediately backed the manager in a statement on Wednesday. So things really aren't looking good for a man many fans hoped would bring United back into a new era of glory, with dominant displays from midfield unseen since the great days of Roy Keane. Now, in my opinion, Paul Pogba is far from perfect. He does drift through a lot of games and he's one of those really annoying players that never seems to make the most of his talent, but when he's on form, he's an absolute beast. A fast, strong monster of an athlete with twinkle toes and an eye for a 60-yard pass that other players just don't see. Furthermore, getting on a player's back just for using social media is utter crap. In Graham Souness's day, it was perfectly acceptable to go out the night before a game and sink 10 pints. So for him to have a go at a player for using his phone in his spare time is nonsense. Social media helps to bring fans close to the players they idolise, so that argument is just stupid. Also, never trust a man with a handlebar moustache. I know you've got one, Joe, but I'm not talking about you. Now, I'm not a Manchester United fan, but I want to see Paul Pogba playing at the club for years to come, because simply put, I want to see the world's best talents plying their trade in the Premier League. But what would that mean for Jose Mourinho? To be honest, if it's a choice between one or the other, I'll pick Pogba all day long. Jose Mourinho is still a world-class coach. Even at Manchester United, when he's been repeatedly criticised for being way past his best, he still picked up a League Cup, a Europa League, and achieved consecutive top 4 finishes in every season. But is he the man to return the swagger to Manchester United? Not for me. And is he the man who will return the club to the pinnacle of English football? I think not. He's a superb defensively minded coach with the tactical nous of a chess player. But in the post-Fergie era of Pep and Klopp, I think United need their own gunslinger to return them to their former glory. Football is there to entertain us, and out of Mourinho and Paul Pogba, only one of them does that. Unless, of course, we're counting bizarre press conference antics. If Jose Mourinho does leave Manchester United eventually, the club needs to appoint a different kind of manager, one that favours an attacking approach and loves flair players. Take Mauricio Pochettino, for example. The Argentinian coach frequently finds the balance between defensive solidity whilst allowing the players like Christian Eriksen and Dele Alli to get on the pitch, be expressive and do their thing. But if Paul Pogba goes, Manchester United need to stop signing players that don't fit the Mourinho mould. Mourinho likes hard-working, diligent central midfielders, ones that like to get forward to score goals, but not at the expense of their defensive duties. But in this tug of war between player and manager, for me, there can only be one winner, and that is Paul Pogba. But now, I want to know what you guys think. Am I wrong to back the Frenchman? Is he too much of a disruptive influence at Old Trafford? Are his constant come and get me please to Barcelona and Juventus the final straw? Or has he got a point about Jose Mourinho's boring playing style? If he goes, who should Man United spend the money on? If he stays, which coach should they bring in to get the best out of him? Let me know what you guys think and feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Get the hell out of there! See what I have to deal with at this place.